What's up, everybody? It's the Quarter Guy. Yep, I'm dropping the old tagline after who knows how many times because it kind of feels like it's getting old. Anyways, as of the day I'm recording this, it is Mother's Day in the United States, so it's the kind of day that kind of brings back memories. I guess today I want to tell you a bit about my mom. And Mom meant a lot to me, to be honest. She's probably the most influential person in my life. She supported me, she helped me stay focused when I was young, and she was always the person I could turn to whenever I was feeling low. I remember back when I was a kid, all the way back to the days when I was like 5 or so, she was one of the people I used to love playing games with. Stuff like Pac-Man, Q*bert, even games like Dr. Mario and Tetris Attack. I always enjoyed playing with her and always talking with her. Not only was she a great mother, but she was also a wonderful teacher. She taught elementary school, and from what I remember, her students loved her. And for those of you who watched my crappy old lists, you might recall that she made a cameo in my arcade games countdown. The reason Mother's Day kind of gives me a little bit of heartache is it was June of 2013. Mom had a rare heart condition, and she was about to retire from her teaching job. Well, she had officially retired from teaching, and she had waited until then to get important surgery. It was a heart procedure, and there was a chance that she wasn't going to survive. My dad called me. I was living in California at the time. He told me what was going to happen, and we made arrangements for me to fly out to Green Bay to see her. She didn't make it. It was a painful time for me, having to see your own mother die like that. I still miss her to this day. Really, I do. This is the kind of soul-bearing that I don't normally do, but on a day like this, I just miss her so much. But I know she's watching at me. Rest in peace, Mom. Okay, enough of the sad story, but I hope those of you whose mothers are still with them have good mothers who care about you, and if you do, I hope that you treasure them. Anyways, got some updates. I've been recording some lines for my top 10 least favorite Pokemon. My goal is to get that released before I go to MomoCon on the 24th. That shouldn't be an issue considering how quickly I tend to edit. But I'm going to have to put my nose to the grindstone for that, especially considering footage hunting. But after that, my countdown for June is going to be my top 10 guilty pleasures. You know, those games you know are bad, but you enjoy them nonetheless. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I wonder what kind of reaction I'm going to get from that. Anyways, for my question of the week, was there a game you remember playing with your mother? As always, send me your answers in the comments below, Favorite answers will be featured in the next episode. Here are last episode's winners. And with that, time for the fourth wall mailbag. As always, send me your questions via YouTube messages, and I'll answer my favorites in the next episode. First question this week comes from AJ Snyder, who asks, what is your most hated Yu-Gi-Oh character? I would have to say Don Thousand from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. I mean, he was the main villain of the entire series, and he first only appeared like a third of the way through the second season. And prior to that, he wasn't involved at all. But such a thing is not uncommon. But Don Thousand was bland, unoriginal, and to be fair, he felt like a giant easy button. An easy out for all conflict. Especially considering the fact that we were in a story arc that was shaping up to be a good character-driven arc, possibly, with the 7 Barian Emperors and the Grey Knight Templar morality of Astral World. But they decided on an easy out. Not a good villain. Next question comes from Mew Fangirl, who asks, have you ever had the final boss of a video game spoiled for you by sheer accident? Yes, I have! Not through, no. I don't remember specific cases. I think Undertale might have been one of those cases, but, I hate it when a game that I don't want to be spoiled gets spoiled for me through sheer accident. That's the worst way you can get something spoiled, in my opinion. That's why I gotta be careful when a new game comes out. Granted, some video game companies really go too far to prevent spoilers. I think the best way for a game company to help prevent spoilers is to advise video makers to mark their videos if it comes to that. Next question comes from James Richardson, the Third, who asks, what is the most confusing plot to an anime you have ever heard of? I think the most confusing one I can think of was Kill la Kill, to be honest. I mean, it started off as like a simple grudge for revenge, but then it turned to something like completely weird involving clothes and aliens and all that sort of crap. It's just a big WTF, to be sure. An entertaining over-the-top WTF, but a WTF wouldn't. I can't English. A WTF nonetheless. There. I said it. I feel better. Next question comes from Epic Link Sam, who asks, how did you think of the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains? This is shaping up to be pretty good. I mean, we didn't get to see a duel in the first episode, but it made up for it by introducing a lot of world building and a lot of backstory behind some of the characters. I mean, we have some insight into Yusaku and his partner Kusanagi, and the reason that Yusaku has a grudge against the Knights of Hanoi, who seem to be setting themselves up as the main antagonists of the series, which is something pretty interesting. I don't think we've seen it before, that the apparent main villain of the series is introduced in the first episode. And, but it also seems that Soul Technologies, which is the big company, doesn't seem to be all white morality either. Pretty interesting. And also, Ignis. He seems to be kind of a cross between Astral and the Rotom decks. I mean, he's like a partner like Astral, but kind of like the sassiness of the Rotom decks. So, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, Vrains is shaping up to be a pretty good series. Though, the fact that it's introducing a new mechanic that's jumbling up the rules, sometimes Konami needs to not. Last question this week comes from Bubbles is Hot 46853, who asks, what is your favorite color? blue.